Alright, so with the latest update, the Zimmerman update, there were weapons that came out and also a frame. Obviously you can see the frame here and one of the weapons that came out, one of the primaries. So I spent my time trying to make a good build that I haven't seen anybody do, or if they have, I guess I didn't pay attention to it. Just builds surrounding either a specific thing that this weapon would have, or a specific thing that the frame would have in terms of abilities. Now, obviously with their third ability, a bunch of people have been focusing, as you can see here, the critical build in order to have the highest critical chance you can. And I will be focusing on other weapons made for crit, like the Dread has a huge crit chance. I don't have the Rubico Prime, sadly. It's really just the Dread and this as well. But we'll use it on the Dread just to see the crit chance on that. See how often it can be in the red, or even just a small weapon like the Alternox, just to see how that one is with the crit as well, and see how the melee weapon Hespera does as well, just to see, it already has a 60% crit on mine, but on this, with the upgrade I have, this one has a 121% critical chance, which really boosts it up. So I'm excited to see this and excited to show you of my builds that I believe someone should try if they have these mods, and if not, either try to look for them in the trade chat or just try to grind these out. Now we'll start on the frame for the critical build, which is her third ability. If you want to see, this is what I have it as right now. Obviously I didn't target efficiency, but I did target duration and strength. And with the duration and strength, I have the blind rage, continuity. I have both Umbra mods just because this gave me more than Intensify if I added the health, and I was able to sacrifice it with other things, and it did equate to have a higher strength and duration than all of the other builds I tried with what I have. I mean, I could forma this up and could easily just focus it on this build and this build exactly, and then I would have a huge critical chance if I could upgrade these, get all these forma on them, and go off of that. But I'm not. This is all I have, yet this is a very powerful build, and I would like to show it. I did, if we go back here quick, I did focus on almost all of them. I tried efficiency, I didn't try. It was just because of this, which I probably should switch out. I don't know why that one's there. Okay. Focusing on everything, it does have a high strength, and it has one of the longer reaches with still a good amount of duration and strength. So that's what I was kind of focusing on, strength and range. I don't have many range mods, and I do need to get that situated or just get those mods. I did focus on duration a little bit because you will need with the mods that I focused on in this one. If you can see here, 1 and 4, which is the first ability, which is that little ball that you put down of electricity, and obviously the more strength it has, the better it's going to be. The more range it has, the more it can cover, more enemies can be in the globe, and obviously duration is just going to help it last just a little bit longer than usual. And then the fourth ability is, this is just going to make her rings of electricity, I guess, extend out further and zap farther than usual, which would be nice, and the duration or the strength on that would also be upgraded as well. So that's what I was really focusing on. If somebody wants to do that, just so they're basically untouchable. But if they want to be very damage heavy, I made this one right here. Now if we go to the Alternox itself, see, I should have just labeled this, but I will go through the focusing. Okay, this is a focusing crit build. There is this one as well, which kind of focuses around everything. And the reason I have configure C as the crit build, even though 42% crit chance is the same over here as well, and that is because of all the red right here. This build right here focuses on both of these, as you can see. And with the other one, it has 3 more fire rate. I don't know really what you're going to call this, so I'm just going to say 3 more. It has 5 more for accuracy. The magazine is larger, and it has multi-shot, larger multi-shot than this. This one is the one focusing on status and the corrosive build on it. As you can see, it has really none of these, almost no crit, and the accuracy, again, it's all down. but this is at a huge high just because I was really focusing on damage itself. Again, I could forma this. It already has a cell on it, so I can't do that, but I could forma this to make it better on damage or better on crit. Either way, obviously, if you can see all the ones I mainly use for that and crit, I'm just gonna need this one itself, Madura. I'm just gonna need that one. So we're gonna try the crit build with this as well. And then if we go here on the melee weapon, spar, I believe this is my crit build as well. Yeah, so figure B is my crit build. I did go for slash just because I used all the crit I had. So I did go for slash and damage, and I obviously have both of these here just because if you have this damage mod on, it upgrades this one. So I had to put that on just so I could get the most critical chance I could without upgrading it, which I could, and I could upgrade this. I probably should, but we'll just leave it in for this video. It should be fine. It's not going to be a huge difference. Again, the attack speed is very nice. I do have, well, not including this one, but I do have 2 mods focusing on upgrading that. This would just be putting it at 30% attack speed when this is already at 30%. So you would have 60% minus the 20%. So you would have 40% left over, which if we can go here, I don't know how greatly that would affect this number, but obviously that would be raised just a bit higher by 5% more. So it's not the biggest problem, but this again is just focused straight on critical damage. This one is focused on just damage itself. As you can see, viral is added on this build as long as status going up, because this weapon did come with a high status. This also has some crit on it just to help it out. This one does. I know. Okay, I don't know why that. I don't know why this was there. But this is the damage mod. I just went for obviously more of the status itself. As you can see, toxin and cold is paired up to make viral, which is one of the best ones to add, as it's gonna go everywhere. It's gonna strip the armor away, go to the health. So that is very useful. So if we go back to the crit, instead of talking, now we can actually try to show this and see how this works. Okay, now we have just the one mob over here. There we go. Stripping away everything below 5. Alright, and just to try that again, we can do just a few more. Let's do 5 just to get in the middle of all of them. We can simulate this one as well. Alright, and like an idiot, I didn't see how low in tone I was. Basically what I'm saying here is just the amount of slash, and there's a little bit of crit you can see, but just an extraordinary amount of slash and impact that I have on these enemies, and the crit building up. As you can see, the timer on the right going up. That's basically all I'm saying. So not much you're missing out. I mean, level 85, the highest you can simulate, and with 5 of them, the duration just keeps going up and up and up. It's pretty insane. Pretty insane. And now we can try this again, but now we can put in the 1 and 4 ability. So we're not going to use the crit. We're just going to focus on 1 and 4. So with that, we can also put in the damage, as these weapons are pretty good. Okay. So we go here, we can simulate just 1 just to show all the damage we can do in terms of status. Pretty simple. Then again, we're just focusing on one target itself. Alright, so we go back here. Now we can simulate the 5 of them. Right, now we have the 5 simulated. Alright, and again, this part is extremely loud. Basically, what I'm saying here is you can see all the electricity, all the damage. I mean, just look above their heads and you see all the damage inflicted on them and how quickly they die. So damage is the way to go, I believe, with these weapons. And just how quickly they die with level 85 is insane. And just like that, you have 5 level 85 corrupted gunners all dead. Now that is very, very easy and a very powerful build. So if you do encounter those level 85s, like with the new quest, how it offers those bounties with the high levels, this is going to be a great build for you in order to get these killed very easily with the new frame and new weapons that came out. Alright, and I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know what you think about these builds. If you have a better one, please let me know. But I did like making this video. It was fun just to show all of this and show how powerful a frame and weapon can be, even focusing on separate things. Obviously this is pretty focused on status, but it can also be focused on crit. It honestly this just depends on what you want to do. And her abilities, I mean, she has that crit ability for her third one, very, very useful. Obviously you have to kill more people in order for that duration to go up, and you do have a 60-second recharge, which is a bummer. But her first and fourth ability to me are underrated but are very, very good. I love using them. I think they're really unique and helpful, even though people don't like the shock. I don't get that, but I love it. It stuns the enemy, makes it easier to kill. And if you enjoyed this video, to the right there's a playlist of all the Warframe videos I've made on this channel, and to the left is the newest Warframe video I have made on this channel. In the middle is a subscribe button, so if you don't mind, you can click that if you did enjoy this video. And with that, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed.